Here's the perfect place to start. An open mind and an open heart. Don't worry, be happy. Might be a better way to live. Just let it go and then forgive. Don't worry, be happy. Don't you worry, be happy. What's important in who you are? Remember this and you'll go far. Don't worry, be happy. Don't you worry, be happy. Be happy. So this song was written by a friend of mine, Reverend Andy Anderson, who's the minister of a Center for Spiritual Living in Northern California. No relation to me. So I like to share a song that he wrote. So let's learn the words. I'll say them after me. I am prosperous. I have everything I need. That's it. You'll pick it up. I am prosperous. I have everything I need. I am prosperous. I have everything I need. I am prosperous. I have everything I need. Yes, I am prosperous. I have everything I need. 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 Oh, so simple. I would love to have you sing this song on the way out today. Maybe the rest of the week. I am prosperous. I have everything I need. I am prosperous. I have everything I need. I am prosperous. I have everything I need. Yes, I am prosperous. I have everything I need. 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 Yes, I am prosperous. I have everything I need.
Here at Unity on the Avenue, we are unapologetically inclusive. We welcome all people, all races, all gender identities, and all relational orientations. Wherever you are on your spiritual journey, know that you are welcome here. We are so happy that you are here. So Penny is going to lead us in the statement of faith.
Good morning. Please join with me in saying our statement of faith. There is one power and one presence in the universe and in my life, God, good, omnipotent.
Surely the presence of God is in this place. I can feel the mighty power and the grace. I can hear the brush of angels' wings. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of God is in this place.
Let's just relax and breathe. Rest your eyes and know that we are surrounded by divine energy that moves within, around, and radiates out to every being on our planet. We turn within and behold the beauty of the divine nature that is at the very core of our being. We experience the love and light of God as a warm embrace. The loving presence of Spirit quiets our minds, opens our hearts, and lifts our souls. In spiritual harmony with God, with our neighbor, and all of nature, we are one with the One. Holding this space of oneness, we are loving and we are loved. We see that all that we need for life, joy, creativity, companionship is right here within our being. Divine ideas unfold, enlighten, and transform us. Willingly, we follow the guidance of our own true identity. We embrace each day from this awareness, gratefully accepting the abundant blessings bestowed upon us. And so it is. Amen.
I'm open to my good right now. I'm open to my good. I'm open to my good right now. I am open to my good. I am open to my good. And I create all my good right now. I create all my good. I create all my good right now. I create all my good. I create all my good. And I am thankful for my good right now. I am thankful for my good. I am thankful for my good right now. I am thankful for my good. I am thankful for my good.
So that leads us right into our talk today. We're talking about chapter 14 in Eric Butterworth's book, Discover the Power Within You. So this particular chapter is on the miracle of abundance. And when I started to look at this material, it's very exciting. It's got some very important principles that we use at Unity. So I'm happy that we get a chance to talk about this today. Eric Butterworth talks about a concept that some Christians have, that it's a Christian duty to be poor, that poverty is a virtue, wealth is evidence of sin and corruption. But he also talks about, money is just a medium of exchange, and it can be used for harm, but it can also be used for good. So that really doesn't play into our principles, because as we look at the Gospels, Jesus taught that the universe is accommodating, it's available, it's abundant. And there are so many examples in the Bible about that. The Gospels of Jesus contain amazing, sometimes almost unbelievable evidences of the miracle of abundance, like the food to feed 5,000, the tremendous catch of fish that came after the disciples dropped their nets on the right side of the boat. So there's lots of great examples. So Penny and I had some great conversations about this topic, and the way we wanted to talk about it today is to share those ideas. And we were wondering, when we talk about abundance, what comes to your mind? What does the word abundance mean to you? Does anybody have any ideas about that?
The cornucopia basket at Thanksgiving with all the food and feasts. That's what I think of abundance.
Definitely. Abundance of food. I think of expansion when you talk about the cornucopia. Does anybody else have any ideas about that?
There's a prayer or a saying in Unity that you have enough to share and to spare. That's what I think about, that I have plenty for myself and plenty to share, whatever that is.
That's a beautiful thought. Yes. More than enough for everybody. Mm-hmm. Yes. And in fact, that's one of the analogies that we were going to talk about, that Eric Butterworth talks about, kind of the overflowing of your cup. So definitely. Robert.
This is what I think. I am prosperous. I have everything I need.
Absolutely. We do. We have everything we need right here. Anybody else want to make a comment? All right. Well, we'll talk about a definition. This is one definition of the answer to what are we talking about when we say abundance. Penny's going to read that for us.
True abundance is spiritual good in all of its forms and must include health, happiness, peace, love, fulfillment, and unlimited possibility.
Thank you. Yes, that has a great feeling to it. So there's a couple quotes that Eric Butterworth talks about in his book, scriptures, that are very important to this topic. Ask and it shall be given you. Seek and ye shall find. Knock and it shall be opened unto you. For everyone that asketh receiveth, and he that seeketh findeth, and to him that knocketh it shall be opened. That's from Matthew 7:8. And that, I think, really speaks to it is available. It is infinite. And all things whatsoever the Father hath are mine. That's from John 16:15. Just saying that it is unlimited. It is infinite. So as Penny and I were talking about this topic, I looked up the through truthunity.net. You're probably all familiar with that, but I looked up the metaphysical meaning of abundance. And it is very detailed. It is a very big definition. So I'll read it and then we'll just kind of unpack what that means. Ideas and consciousness of the omnipresent supply and support of the one mind. Invisible substance with infinite capacity of expansion when held in mind, affirmed, and praised. So, because it's such a big sentence, it's so important to what we're talking about. Ideas in consciousness of the omnipresent supply, meaning it is everywhere for us. And the support of the one mind, the collective consciousness that we all tap into, the substance that we tap into, invisible substance. So even though it may not be apparent, we can be assured that it is there for us. With infinite capacity of expansion, there comes that expansion, that big feeling that it can move from inner to outer, and that when it's held in mind. So even in prayer, when we're in concentration, we're holding that in mind, we're affirming it, we're claiming it. We are children of God, that is for us, and praised. So I think about part of the things we want to talk about is it's a blessing that we have gratitude for it. We are very grateful for it. So to me, this is kind of the core of what we want to remember and think about every day. It is the substance that is available always to us that we can draw from. Charles Fillmore, in A True Lent, had some really wise words to say about it. And I thought about summarizing it for you, but I just think that the way he said it was very well said. So I'd like to just kind of read this part to you. We cannot help but think that a wise and provident Creator must have planned more permanent possessions for his offspring. In truth, he has so planned. Access to this permanent source of all man's good lies in his power to possess and mold in thought the omnipresent substance of spirit. He goes on to say, apparently we live in two worlds, an invisible world of thoughts and a visible world of things. The invisible world of thought substance is the real world because it is the source of the world of things, and man stands between the two, handing out with his thoughts the unlimited substance of spirit. When man gets understanding of the right relation between the visible and the invisible into his mind and active in his thought, all his needs will be met. That is what Jesus meant when he said, "Seek ye first his kingdom and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you." So to me, it almost feels like we're kind of the middlemen between the substance of spirit and bringing those things into our physical world. There's a couple things that Eric Butterworth talks about, the consciousness of abundance. And what does that look like, and how do we hold that? If we believe we are in spiritual unity with the whole, we are one with the one, unique expressions of the infinite, we have our divine nature within us. We believe the mind is a channel through which great ideas flow. We can find this substance and accept it. Eric Butterworth does talk about the cups analogy. He says, if you hold your cup under a faucet, expecting it to be filled, it will be filled. I am open and receptive to the good that is available to me when I hold that cup under the faucet. Eric Butterworth also talks about the consciousness of lack. So not accepting yourself in the fullness of your own unique relationship with the infinite. And we want to think about that divine identity that is within us, and I believe that is really what he's talking about. But he goes on to say it's an absence of faith in the miracle of abundance. So if you don't believe in it, and when we think about faith too, we think, you know, it may not be the appearance of something, but we know in our heart that it is true, that it will come to us. And we're studying in the spirit group about, Michael Gott talks about, he learned when he was in his seminary, it's a point at which you know that you know that you know. You know that that abundance is coming to you and it is yours. So also under truthunity.net, I found a really interesting thing. It was Eric Butterworth's private notes on his 12-week course for Discover the Power Within You. So it was pretty interesting to read that over. But he had a paragraph there that really caught my attention, and I wanted to share that with you. The test of whether we really believe that God is our supply is when we are facing a financial crisis. As one man said, many times I have been broke, but I have never been poor. In other words, I believe even when my pocket is empty, my wallet is empty, but especially then, because he has a consciousness of abundance and faith that despite appearances, he believes that his cup will be filled. So it stuck out to me, you know, broke many times, almost sounds like a temporary situation interspersed with periods of financial gain, as opposed to more of a consciousness of lack, of poorness. It sounded more like a permanent situation, like it wasn't going to change. I'm not hopeful, that kind of feeling. And it reminded me of Thomas Edison had a quote about his work to invent the electric light bulb. I have not failed. I have just found 10,000 ways that won't work. So, you know, I think about that 10,000 times that's not going to work. How much faith he had that he was going to find the answer. And I am very grateful that he did. So, in talking about the discover the power within you, we're going to talk about this miracle of abundance, the all-sufficiency and ever-availability of infinite substance. And it's not necessarily in the way that it manifests. It can manifest in many different ways. We all have individual ways of how that happens. But just knowing that it is always available is so reassuring. In the ever availability of ideas, or in terms of ways where there seems to be no way for this to happen, no way to have an electric light bulb, right? But he persevered, did not give up. He knew that it would come to him. And to get that guidance that tells us, you know, my next step is, and the example he uses in his book, to go fishing, which I thought that's pretty cool. That sounds pretty relaxing. Go get a job, whatever that guidance is, that we listen to it. When we're in that stillness and we hear these messages, we hear these divine ideas, to pay attention to them. And then the creative skill of our hands to actually bring those forth into our physical world. That is a miracle. How that moves from the substance of God into the physical world, to me, is absolutely amazing. So Eric Butterworth also has a quote that we wanted to talk about. Can you share that with us, Penny, the quote?
There is no absence of God in the universe, and there is no shortage of God. The only lack in life is a thought of lack. You are always as rich as you think you are, and the only poverty is of spirit.
That's beautiful. So Penny has some more information that we want to follow up on. Did you have some other comments that you wanted to make on the first part of that chapter?
You're awesome.
So she's going to talk about, how do we nurture that consciousness of abundance? And
thank you.
Yes.
So you've already discussed and mentioned that the early Christian church leadership really distorted and misrepresented the teachings of Jesus. So those early church doctrines and leaders taught people that they should be poor and that poverty was a virtue. But Jesus espoused the idea that it is a sin to be poor. That's self-inflicted nonsense. We put that stuff on ourselves when we have those thoughts and feelings of lack. So in order to get over that, the first of these ideas is self-acceptance and self-love. Something within you knows the truth, and she made the quote, "You know that you know that you know." So you know the truth that you are. And this higher self that we have, whatever you want to call it, knows your true potential. So knowing and trusting your inner guidance are important in expanding your consciousness of abundance. You must make a conscious choice to see yourself as enough, as worthy, and as deserving. So we have to remember and we have to reinforce the idea in our minds that our minds are powerful, especially around the words that we use. The words you speak become the house you live in. The words you speak become the house you live in. So if you begin by telling yourself something like, "Good things just don't happen to people like me," you're really setting yourself up for self-sabotage. Your feelings are really important. There's a song that somebody wrote, "Feelings," you know that? Okay. So gotta feel that you are worthy and that you're important. When you feel that you have enough and that you are enough, you will have more. So the more you accept yourself and the more you love yourself, the better your fortune will be. So using your mind will allow yourself to notice and to accept and to enjoy the abundance around you. And I know some people are saying, "Oh man, it's just raining and raining and raining." But I used to think in my ecological mind, Denver is such a semi-arid region and really needs to get some rain sometime. Being from Iowa, it rains all the time, and I really miss the rain. And so I think by putting my thoughts in the universe, the abundance of rain, we're getting it. And I was like, yay, yay, it's raining. So the universe does provide. Huh? Yes, and I'm so thankful. The universe has provided for all of our needs. So when good things happen, do not feel guilty or anxious or afraid, because deep down, if you believe something that is illegal or blasphemous that's happened, then you set yourself up for negativity. So, Charles Fillmore says, God is the source of a mighty stream of substance, as we see, and you are a tributary of that stream, a channel of expression. Blessing the substance increases the flow. So what we have, we need to bless. The more conscious you become of the presence of the living substance, the more it will manifest itself to you, and the richer will become the common for us all. So let me mention two other important aspects of receiving abundance and having an abundant life. The first one is forgiveness. Holding on to regrets and resentments from the past really saps your energy. So grievances might seem justified at the time if somebody did something to you or something happened, but they really cost too much. They burden us down, and they're not worth the upkeep of having to think every day of something that in the past that has happened to you. It's not a solution to the problem. So holding on to regrets, grievances, resentments offers no value because it really sticks us in the past. It's like carrying out garbage. And as one person said, it's like drinking a cup of poison expecting the other person to die. So we have to limit the thoughts of regrets and resentments and move, because they really do interfere with our future. So the good news is, and yes, there is good news, your whole life shifts when you give up a grievance. And as soon as you let go, you begin to move into the flow. So part of experience abundance is just letting go to the past, going with the flow, and knowing that your story is your story, yes. And it's who you are, and it's brought you to this point in life. But at some point, you have to let it go so that you can move forward. Giving it up, forgiveness, offers you the happiness, the quiet mind, and the purpose, a sense of purpose that you so need to feel, that you so desire. You can release your creative energy through forgiveness of self, and that's number one, forgiving of self. Sometimes we get so bogged down in what we did, what we didn't do. So we have to move on. So during your prayer and meditation time this week, ask yourself if you're holding on any forgiveness. Who and what do I need to forgive? Why have I not forgiven? What's standing in the way? And you might follow it up with some affirmations. I see myself free and happy. It is my intention to forgive. I am open and willing to forgive. The second point I'd like to make is about the attitude of gratitude. Everyone understands intellectually that gratitude is essential for happiness and abundance. So practicing gratitude is really a decision. It's really a decision to give up the belief in lack. Because when you have a sense of gratitude, you don't recognize what you don't have. The other day I was standing with my brother and we were talking about something, I don't remember what it was, and he said, all of a sudden he says, man, these property taxes are really going up. And it's like, okay, yeah, that's true, everything is going up, but you're blessed. You have a job, and you can pay those taxes. And I think I stopped him right in his tracks because he said, you know, you're right. They can go up, but I can take care of it. I said, my little brother, you are a really big guy. I appreciate that. So the miracle of gratitude changes your perception. It actually changes the neural pathways of your brain, and you can look that up because it's been researched. And it changes how you see the world, your experiences in the world. You always attract what you focus on. So the daily practice of gratitude focuses your creative energy on all the good that you already have in your life. Therefore, it multiplies everything. Everyone understands that gratitude is essential to happiness and abundance, and has said you have to make a conscious habit of practicing daily. So I have a gratitude journal, and I got this idea from a class that I took on gratitude. And what I do is every day I think of at least 5 things that I'm grateful for that have happened during the day. Even just going to the grocery store and finding something on sale that I wasn't looking for. Even when I meet someone for lunch and having a nice meal with that person and enjoying their company. That's gratitude. Our lack of gratitude gives us only a partial insight, and it's kind of like the picture of how you see the glass, either half full or half empty, depending on your perspective. So gratitude is training our vision to recognize what is already there for you. It energizes you. It opens you up. It makes you attractive. The more you practice gratitude, the more abundant you will feel. Why? Because like attracts like, and practicing gratitude attracts more reasons to be grateful. Our modern day lifestyles are so manic. We go up and down, we're so busy, we're so hyperactive that often we don't have time to really enjoy life to the fullest. But as we begin to focus on what we have, and we have more. So loving and living each day, developing those feelings and forgiving propels us to a life of abundance. So when you think about your life and you think about where you want to be and you think about how you want it to be, just think about how you have the feelings, how you just give up anything that's holding you down, and that everything that you see, regardless of the appearance, is in gratitude. Abundance is not just a spiritual quality, it is a way of life. If you incorporate all those principles as Lori has talked about, and I have talked about today in your daily living, you will be considered greatly abundant. And so now with that, I would like to go into our meditation. It's one of my favorite quotations. Consider the lilies of the field, how they grow. They neither toil nor spin. Yet I tell you, even Solomon in all of his glory was not clothed like one of these. So as you relax and allow yourself to focus on your breathing, you welcome each inhalation and exhalation to follow through your body, and just feel your seat support you. And Jesus said, ask and it shall be given to you. Seek and you shall find. Knock and it shall be opened to you. For everyone who asks shall receive, and he that seeks shall find, and to him that knocks it shall be opened. Just allow these words to become your words. I may have noticed that when I feel grateful or happy, I am prosperous regardless of my finances. This is because abundance and prosperity come from within. I build this attitude by looking for good in every encounter. I open my eyes to look for evidence of divine abundance today. Everywhere I turn, I see plenty. I may notice coins on the sidewalk, kindness extended to me, pleasant surprises, a lovely card in the mail. Out of this, I cultivate a conscious of plenty. I am divine abundance in the flow of giving and receiving. Divine abundance lacks nothing and has no concept of lack. If I cannot immediately see good, I ask Spirit to show it to me. I cannot be without. In spirit, I cannot suffer from financial stress. Amid any challenging situation or difficult conversation, I ask for the good to be revealed. I tell myself not to be reactive while I calmly wait for divine guidance that may show itself as a feeling of lightness, humor, and compassion. I express appreciation for every little good that comes my way. I bless each bill that enters my home, and I gratefully pay. I bless each payment I make while appreciating the richness of the moment. I look around and see all that I have been blessed with, for I am a channel of receiving my abundance. I give joyfully and willingly. I am open and receptive to sharing my good. God is the source of my substance. This is abundance in action. And I say to myself, I am abundant. I am abundant. I am abundant. And so it is, and we give thanks for the many blessings of abundance and prosperity. Amen.
Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. We are one now, we are one now. We are one now, we are one now. We are one now, we are one now. We are one now, we are one now.
So we can say our blessing whenever we are ready to do that. So please join me. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive.
This song was written by my friend Claudia Carawan, who's the music director of Bon Air, Unity of Bon Air in Virginia. In the morning when I get out of bed, I claim a blessing. I claim a blessing. I claim a blessing. And before I even lift my head, I claim a blessing. I claim a blessing. I claim a blessing. This is how I start my day, knowing good I claim a blessing. I claim a blessing. And before I even get out of bed, I claim a blessing. I claim a blessing. I claim a blessing. I claim a blessing. I claim a blessing.
I claim a blessing. Amen. Oh, we don't have our children right here with us, but I know they're out in the universe, and we are going to send the blessing to our children. Hold your hands together, rub them together, get that energy going, and let us say, you are loved, special, and important. We see you and bless the divine being that you are. And speaking of children, we have two wonderful grown children who are blessed our presence today. Kate and Andy, welcome back to Unity on the Avenue.
And we have our prayer for protection. So everybody please join us.
The light
of God surrounds us. I am that light. The love of God enfolds us. I am that love. The power of God protects us. I am that power. The presence of God watches over us. I am that presence. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.
I am prosperous. I am every